And Eric, so how long did it take you to master guitar? Because you're a phenomenal keyboard player too. Where did that come from?
Well, we were a bit fortunate to have a piano in the house growing up. And my uncle was a classical pianist, so I never really had any formal piano or keyboard training. But because there was always a piano there, I couldn't keep my hands off of it. Being a musician, I actually learned to play everything on the keyboard that I was already playing on guitar. I just would sit down at the keyboard and be like, well, how do I translate my guitar songs to keyboard? And scales are scales and theory is theory. So I don't use any popular or traditional technique with my fingers. I sort of just developed my own methodology. It's very untraditional, and it works for me.
Hey man, it's about the end result at the end of the day, right? I mean, you definitely get that. So your growth has been, I've been watching you grow, and all of you guys grow, and including myself, since I've met you. And that's been very rewarding too.
The Talking Stick has been a really fundamental location for us. It was going there, we all met there. Mike had his drums there. If you remember the red drums, they were Mike's drums. He was there for many years.
And Roger had left his bass amp there, so we had a back line, and it was amazing that we could take that little place.
That's right.
And we were voted top 5 live music venue in Los Angeles, a coffee house by LA Magazine.
And we never charged anybody a penny to play.
All we said is you got to buy something and participate. And it was amazing. People like Russ Kunkel played there.
Yes.
Lee Scalar played there.
Yes.
For the fun of it.
Yeah.
We had kids, multi-generational. It was just a very rewarding thing, and we're continuing that, and we're all looking for the brick and mortar place one more time, but we're going to do it even better next time. So
yeah, we're going to continue
support
to
what we're doing
online.
Definitely. And Roger, you're a poet as well, right?
So I've been told.
You do a lot of you've been published quite a few times in the Venice Beachhead. I've seen your work there, and it's
Well, I was a long time ago. I was doing that regularly. I submit to them once a month, but I don't know if it ever makes it.
Yeah, I've read you several times, and I really love your work. It's a side of you that's different than the music. I think you're a genius in the poetry as well as the music. And
why don't we get a page for him up on the website?
That we most definitely will. But we'd love to hear you recite some poetry.
Well, we'll see.
Okay. So again, Venice Beach Central is a website that's going to be all-encompassing to what my experience being born and raised in Venice. I have an insider's view of the history and of art, music, and culture. And right now it's very important with all the gentrification that's going on. And I'm not opposed to change at all. Really, everything in life changes. I've lived a whole lifetime there. But I think it's really important to encapsulate the history of Venice so that the new generations might get inspired by it, sort of like a museum. So that's what we're doing here also. It's more than just this show where we showcase the best and the brightest people from Venice area, from the Talkings, mostly from people that in our catalog from the Talking Stick. So the Talking Stick that's a way of keeping it alive, right? And so many people volunteered over there to do so many things. And Eric, you were a sound man. Roger, you helped me. You mopped the floors. You did whatever you could. Mike, you helped out, showing up every Sunday for church and just being a positive person in the scene that we created. And you really helped me a lot because you would give me advice when I was getting too far off the track of where we needed to be in terms of mutual respect and how I know I'm a driven person, right? So I would have conflicts with somebody, but you would always, shed some wisdom on it that got me back on track, and I really appreciate that. I really do. And it's just a great thing to know you guys, man. We go back like 8 years minimum, maybe 9 years.
Through thick and thin.
Yeah, and here we are. We butted heads, but in the end, we all had the same goal to further the art, to further
The same madness.
what we're
Summer
doing.
madness,
Exactly.
right?
And the great thing about it is we were always forgiving, all of you guys,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and we always came back together. Yeah, that was another tune that was really important to me that shaped my music and got me away from what was going on at my house with my mother and my grandmother, who got caught up in the heroin and all that, but was a tune by Cool and the Gang called Summer Madness. So we're going to show you a little excerpt of our performance of that. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the 8 tracks.
Sounds good.
I'll just wrap up the show, everybody. This was our first inaugural show. I'm so fortunate to have these wonderful brothers of mine as our very first show, showcasing them. We'll have Eric come back on the show in one of our upcoming shows to show his music with the Eric Charles Band. And Eric J. Charles, or Eric J. Charles Band, he's an amazing amazing songwriter, so we're going to be bringing that to you. We're going to bring Mike back. He performs with other artists we're going to have, but also we'll bring him in as a showcasing his mandolin. Hopefully we can get Roger back. But VeniceVille will always be the house band of this show. So thank you very much. Please support the website and what we're doing, because we definitely want to create a new space for artists to come together in concert, to showcase their art, to develop their art. That's what we're all about. We're all about what Rich Braxma first started at the Talking Stick. He said, I'm not selling coffee. I'm not selling sandwiches. I'm not selling anything. What I am selling is community. And that's what we're selling. So thank you very much, everybody. My name's Nickie Black again. We got Eric J. Charles, Roger Houston, and Mike Coulter, VeniceVille. Thank you. It's been wonderful. Thank you so much. Peace out.